Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick tip. And my quick tip today is about using ombre style papers, which is great for the fact that my pick of the week this week is the Bright Beautiful DSP from our new catalogue. I used one of these papers on Monday for a quick card, and for that one we actually used both sides of the same paper. Now this time I'm not talking about flipping the paper over, I'm talking about flipping the paper around. So what I'm going to do is actually use the ombre design running in one direction and then use it running in the other. Now you can do this in a very simple way, as I'm just sort of showing here with this piece that's already been cut. You'd obviously do it to fit a card front, but you can simply do 3 panels and flip the ombre design around. That's not actually what I'm going to do for this one. I will show you what I'm going to how I'm going to tackle it, but this will work with the other ombre designs in the pack. Some of these are a little bit more gentle graduations. This one, we've got the overlap, like somebody's run a watercolour over this. So we've got the bits where it's actually darker, where it's sort of being painted over twice, as it were. But that works as well. And we've got different colours. So the one I'm going to do today is absolutely perfect for a masculine card. But I think that this mixture of Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock actually makes it really gender neutral. You can use this, I think, for masculine or feminine cards. Obviously you can always use colours for either one, but the Berry Burst that we use here possibly has a more feminine feel to it, and the Misty Moonlight that I used on Monday are more masculine. So like I say, I'm actually using, so this is Lost Lagoon returning and Pretty Peacock. And what I'm going to do is cut my card front from this piece. So I've got a standard A6 card front. So I'm going to cut this to 3 7/8 wide, like that. And I'm actually just going to make it 5 1/2. It just makes it nice and easy to fit on. And I'm actually cutting off the darker piece here, just because I rather like the white piece that we've got at the bottom. Now the other thing that I'm going to do is trim this piece here. I've already cut a panel that I'm going to use, and this is 2 inches by 3 inches. So I am going to cut this to 1 3/4 inches wide, and I want that white bit. So I'm going to cut it then to 2 3/4, but keeping the white bit. So I'm cutting away that piece there, which would be great for another card. So there we have that. And then I'll just demonstrate dry fitting. So I am going to have this like that, and then use these pieces. I might just, I didn't get a quite clean trim on that, so I'll just use some scissors. But what I'm going to do is reverse it around. Whoops, let's try and pick that up. So what we're going to do is stamp on that and then put that on there like that. So this is going to be a very simple card, but it's something that I think is great for using these sort of ombre designs. Now I've got Lost Lagoon, but I'm actually going to again choose Pretty Peacock for my piece here to stamp my sentiment, because I want to make sure that it stands out against that Lost Lagoon. Because we've got different gradations of that, I really want this to be darker. So I'll just grab my mat to do this on, because we're using the photo polymer, so I want that cushioning. And I'm going to stand up so that I can see, but this happy birthday sentiment is at an angle, so it's actually really good for not needing to stamp quite so straight. So there we have that. But what I am going to just add a little bit to with the Lost Lagoon is I'm going to use one of the other stamps. Let me bring the stamp set in. I am actually using the Beautiful Balloons that is part of the suite with this DSP, but you don't have to. But it's got this little fun sort of confetti type stamp, which I'm just going to randomly stamp around below the sentiment, just rotating it around so that it doesn't look the same everywhere, like that. So now all that's left is to assemble this. So I'll just put those over there to dry while I'm sticking this, and grab my seal. And like I say, this idea of just flipping the ombre design around so that you put the light bit onto the dark bit is just a great way of using these ombre papers. And you can, like I say, do just a small panel like I've got here, or you can do strips or panels or pieces. You can do chunks, so it's, you know, we could use alternating chunks in different corners. The same idea, the same concept of flipping the ombre around so that you get the contrasting light to dark ombre design works well however you happen to piece it together. So there we go. So like I say, very simple. You can jazz this up as you want. You could add some ribbon to this. We've got a Lost Lagoon ribbon, which I haven't got yet, but that would look great with this. I could have used that around this panel instead of the stamping, or you could add a bit of bling. Because I'm actually doing this more as a masculine card, I don't want to do it that way. So I'm going to actually pop my panel, oops, try and get that straight, over there. And that is all that I'm doing with this. Like I say, you could add some bling down here or stamp further, but I'm happy with that. I like to sometimes keep things simple for a masculine card. So I hope that that has helped and given you some food for thought with these ombre designs. Like I say, I think they're absolutely fabulous for being able to flip them around and use the lighter area for stamping onto. Please do subscribe to my channel below to see a quick tip every Friday and a quick card every Monday. Thanks for stopping by.